Good evening. So today's adventure is talking about the Vortex Diamondback Tactical. I got the new 6x24 by 50 rifle scope in, and it's been out for a little while, but it's new to me, and I got it for my brother that I'm going to be helping him install it on his 20-inch 223 Wild AR. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit and kind of compare it to maybe some other ones that I have in the price range, and we'll dive into that. So we're not going to do a full unboxing. I kind of hate it sometimes when people are fidgeting with the wrappers, the box seals, and whatnot. So it's already out of the box. It's already out of the plastic wrapper that it came in. It's still got the factory tag on it. One thing I did notice as soon as I took it out of the box, it comes with these bikini covers, which is a nice change from the bungee see-through caps that some of the scopes come with. I really don't like these that much. I think I'd get more use out of this bikini cover than I would getting another set of these and just throwing them in the drawer like I always do, because I don't really use them much. But this seems pretty nice, and it's stout. I have took this off and I have looked through it, and I have compared it to some other scopes. So what I just wanted to talk about a little bit was the specs on it. It's got a 50mm objective. The eye relief is 3.9 inches. The field of view is 18 feet max to 4.5 feet at 100 yards. That's how they wrote it out. And then the tube size is 30mm. It's got a 1/4 inch MOA adjustment. Travel per rotation is 15 MOA per rotation. Max elevation is 65. MOA up, down, 65 windage left and right. Parallax is set for 10 yards to infinity with a dial on the side. The length is 14.5 and the weight is 24.6 inches. I've been a big fan of Vortex for many years. When I was on active duty, I've actually had some overseas and took some with me to a couple deployments. Their VIP warranty, in my opinion, is top notch. I've had to deal with Nikon customer service in the past. I love Nikon glass. The glass itself is awesome. I've had terrible response time and just customer service itself from Nikon. They're just, to me, it's a huge company, and I think they're more worried about their other product lines versus just the sporting optics. I just had bad returns with them. I've had to return a couple other scopes, but Vortex, I gotta say, I've never had any issues. Ryan and a couple of the other guys at Vortex have just been top notch to always answer my emails and get them. It is made in China. I don't know if you can see that, but of course it's got the good old China stamp, so that we're talking Chinese manufacturing and glass versus some of the higher lines is manufactured in the Philippines and even the Japanese glass. When I looked through it, it looked clear. I was very surprised. Now we're talking a $300 scope. These things retail for $399, and I think you can get them a little bit cheaper than that with discounts or coupon codes and stuff like that. So I was actually surprised. The turrets, they're knurled really well. The parallax again is from 15 out to 300, and then the infinity. The power dial is pretty smooth, no binding. Now the turrets, I can hear it. I don't know if it's going to come up on the camera, but you can hear the clicks. It is a little mushy. I will say that, and it seems like there's just a tad bit of play in between the clicks. Not a lot, but I guess for a $300 first focal plane scope, you got to make some cuts somewhere. I have on the table as well, I have Athlon Argos, Athlon Midas Tac, and then the Vortex Viper HSTs. And if I was to compare it, of course, we're talking the same price range around is the Argos, the Athlon Argos. If we jump up to $500–600 price range, then we're talking about the Viper HST and the Athlon Midas Tac. But the Argos is very comparable. I would say the glass, I put out a color picture out about 100 yards, and it was just trying to look at all the different colors. And to me, it seemed like it was almost identical glass as the Argos has. Maybe it could be, but the picture looked almost identical. The turrets, I would have to give a nod to the Argos turrets. They just seem like they're a little bit more snappier, not as mushy. And of course the Midas Tac has just got, I love the turrets on the Midas Tac as well as the HST. I think as you progress, of course with money, you're going to get a better quality turrets and mechanisms in there. But back to the Diamondback Tactical. It comes with the Vortex rag. It comes with the manual. It comes with the sunshade that's already inside the box. This has the EBR 2C MOA reticle, which is not a bad reticle. You know, when I first purchased Vortexes, and this has been over 10 years ago, I would say my first one was probably 2006, 2005 or 2006. I think it was after OIF2 when I made my first purchase. On the lower end versions, the reticles just, they didn't seem that handy to me. Of course, the Vipers, the PST models, of course, have got one of the #1 reticles for 3-gun and other competitions. But the lower versions seem like the reticles weren't that great. Athlon, I think when they come out right out the bat, they really put a lot of effort and engineering and time into their reticles. They've got some pretty phenomenal reticles, I think, as well. And this EBR reticle that's in the Diamondback is a plus over some of the older Diamondback models. I would say all in all, it's not bad for a $300 scope. Honestly, if it was between this and the Argos, I think I'd probably go the Argos. The turrets just seem a little bit better. Now, I haven't had no shooting with this. I haven't done a box test with this, so give me a year down the road. I've got a year on to the Argos, and it's not bad at all. I've got it on a 223 right here, and then the Midas Tac, I got it on my 6.5 Grendel, and I'm getting ready to take that out to 1,000 yards this spring. I'll have 1 year on that, so I'll be doing a review on the 6.5 Grendel Hunter upper that I bought last year. But back to the Vortex. This is what this video is about. The Diamondback Tactical. I wouldn't be afraid to buy it. Of course, with the VIP warranty, the Vortex is going to back it no matter what. I'm looking forward to mounting this on my brother's AR, and we're going to take it out to the range and get it sighted in. And of course, with any optic, you got to put a good quality base on it as well to shoot it. And maybe we'll have a 6-month or a 1-year review on the scope after we put it through some tests. Again, to me, I think this bikini covers a little bit better than the cheap stuff that they usually come on. The Vortex Defender series, I don't know if you've ever messed with them, but these are my favorites. These things are just rugged. This is a FNAR 308, and I've drugged this thing, dropped it, and abused the rifle a little too much, I think. But they've held up well. They're great covers. Again, on the turrets, I hate to be that guy that compares a $600 scope to a $300 scope, but the Argos just seems like it's a little bit better, and there's not as much play in between the clicks on the turrets as there is with the Vortex Diamondback Tactical. But I'm glad to see Vortex come with an affordable first focal plane scope. I think this is actually a milestone for them to break that under $400 price range for first focal plane. I'm not sure who the first one was to do it, but Athlon has really been taking the scene with some of their scopes, and rightfully so. I really don't have too many complaints with them. I had the Talos, I think it is the lower line, the 4x14. I've got that mounted on a 22 trainer, and it's not too bad. It's not as clear, of course, as the Argos or the Midas. And then again, when you work up to the Cronus, that's a beautiful scope as well. And I should be getting one of them in the future, but I don't want to bring out any of my $1,000 or up scopes to compare against this Diamondback. I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching. And again, remember our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Freedom isn't free, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in the place that we are today. And God bless all our troops. I'm very thankful and honored to have served with them for over 2 decades. And I always remember them. And hopefully we'll have another video in the future. Thank you. I wanted to try to get some close-up video of it. I don't know how well this will turn out. I might not even use this footage if it doesn't turn out too well, but here's just some looks at it. It's got the standard matte finish that Vortex is known for, and same thing with their etched logos, Diamondback Tactical. And the knurlings. The knurling is pretty nice. I like that. The labeling on it, I really like that 2R, and then goes to the left as well. So that's pretty cool. And the numbers, and it's marked left and right as well as up and down. Good old Vortex fashion.